Welcome. We are back with the Warriors Career Mode playthrough, and our lineup for round 1 is as follows. So, starting with the back 5, we got Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, Ken Maumalo, Jared Beal, Patrick Herbert, and David Fusitua. To be honest, it's a decent back 5. I'm always praising our back 3, but it's the center positions that I'm really iffy about. So yeah, still unsure. I've got Hiku on the sidelines and a couple of youngsters knocking on the door. We've got a halves pairing of Chanel Harris-Tavita and Blake Green. And in the front row, we got Burr, Egan, and Armau. Probably subject to change in the future as well. Lachlan Burr and Wade Egan in particular. Armau's pretty much solidified his spot. In the second row, we got Eli Kato and Tohu Harris. Probably going to be like that for the rest of the season. And at lock, we've got the experience of Adam Blair. As for the interchange, of course, we got Cody Nikarima. Hard to leave him out of the team. Probably one of the best weapons off the bench. Isaiah Papali'i, another good player, another good young player for the Warriors. And our front rows, Ignatius Pasi and Jermaine Tonoa Brown. There's actually some decent depth at the Warriors. No real game breakers or specialists like that. It's more like past prime players and a bunch of youngsters. As we take a look at our opposition here in the Newcastle Knights, a pretty young back line as well with Shibasaki and the stocky unit Bradman Best. And looking at the Knights, they've probably got the same or a similar crop of players to choose from. Alright, let's go baby. First run of the game. Who's it going to be? Lachlan Burr. Decent little fend. Good to see that we can actually fend these dudes off. As Adam Blair off the fend now. Already setting up with the out the back play. Interesting, but I want Armau to take it up. As we link up with Harris. Harris gets away from one. Try to draw in Ponga. He doesn't fall for it. But it won't matter. As Blake Green races away. That was pretty decent for the first try of the season. I thought Ponga had us covered, but thankfully he dove way too early. Pretty much a dream start to the season, scoring off the first set as Armau gets driven backwards. Alright, who do we have here? We got Blair. Another solid tackle. Getting double teamed. On the second this time.
Oh, kill him!
Tuivasa-Sheck. Getting away from Ponga at the back as well. That was a good run from the captain. As we look for a face ball here. Harris-Tavita hits Herbert. I almost offloaded that back inside. Probably would have lost it. Playing it pretty flat as we link up with Tuivasa-Sheck again. And that is a good way to put momentum to a halt. As we get it out the back to Green. And it's a terrible end to the set. Alright, let's see what the Knights got to offer here. An attack. First tackle. Just inside their 40. As Ponga gets around one. And a beautiful cover tackle by Harris-Tavita. On the second. Pierce to Shibasaki. Shibasaki with the footwork. Makes another line break for the Knights. And they're looking pretty decent in their first set. As we give away a penalty. Oh, that's a shocker. Late in the set. First goal line defense test. And it's going to be Matautia getting wrapped up by two defenders. We compress. And who's this? Lino. Mason Lino on the 6th jersey. As they get a quick play the ball. And it's Matautia once again. I think he got there. As we take a look here, and yep, Sione Matautia will get the Knights' first try of the game with that drop down cheese. Fourth tackle as we look to smash it downfield. Ricochets off a Knight player and we will get the reset. That's interesting, you don't really see that as Herbert makes a huge breakdown field. And look at Kalen Ponga being trapped by his slower teammates. And we make it all the way outside the 10. Alright, zero tackle. We can just take our time chipping away at the line. Blair at first receiver. Gets it to the youngster and Gato gets smashed on the tackle. As we throw a long ball out to Fusitua, not the play. Not the play there. On the third, Harris Tavita to Lachlan Burr, and the defense is holding up. They overrun it on the left. We still go out that way. Fifth and last, we got Chanel slotted in on the left, on the short side. And we're going to send it in field. A little crossfield kick, and it's Mao on the end of it. That was quality right there. I was looking for Tuivasa-Sheck, but we'll take the 4 points. You gotta love those crossfield kicks, particularly when you're stuck on the edges like that. As who's this? Adam Blair. Big fan from Blair having a blinder in the first half, and we will get the piggyback downfield. We still got plenty of time to score another try before the break. As Tavita attacks the line, he gets wrapped up inside the 30. They set up to the left, and Gato will get pulled down on the 20. So far so good on the second. We're going to continue to hammer away as we do, as we get the little switch of play on the right. Green looking for Harris, and it opened up for a second, but it closed just as fast. As we go back to Green, a beautiful draw and pass to Maumalo, and Maumalo with the third try of the game. Another beauty of a try. A pretty tough kick, but if there's one thing I've learned playing Insane, is the sideline conversions, as we ice this one, and we're going to go into the break with a hefty lead. So as the scoreboard suggests, there was a pretty dominant first half. Struggling to see or remember our errors. We got 2 errors, they got 1 error, but we've both completed our sets, so yeah, I don't know about that one. A pretty quiet second half so far, I'm not gonna lie, as the Knights with possession here, 4th tackle on our 30. And they throw it down the line, they find space through the middle through Fitzgibbon, and a terrible pass back inside. As we get the pick, or the interception I should say, as Harris Tavita, plenty of running in him this game. Second tackle, we come back to the left, and Ignatius with the fend and gets lifted in the tackle. Man, how many hits have they put on this game? As Tavita again attacking the line, but this time he gets shut down. As Taunoa Brown makes minimal meters, and we are still inside our 40. So we send it downfield. They get close, but it's another nothing set from the Knights. And now we're trying to work our way out of our 20. And man, this is why I don't really like playing on Legend, because on defense, sometimes it's just impossible to get out of your own half. I think there's a good balance at veteran. I'll give this a few more games and we'll see how it gets. As again, 4th tackle, we're still in our 20. They've got a player retreating, and they kind of forced our hand here to try and kick it, or to try and find the line, but it's a terrible kick by Herbert out of dummy half. The idea was there, but it was just poor execution, and like I said, that defense kind of forced us to make that play, which didn't work out for us. Alright, let's see if they can get a little consolation here. Newcastle on the 20. Ponga to Shibasaki. Shibasaki has had quite a few breaks this game actually. Not really renowned for his agility in real life, but he is seemingly impossible to stop with our first defender. On the second, a wide ball out to Sione Matautia. Oh, and there's no way we stopped him. Yep, definitely green lights incoming. And Newcastle will get that little consolation. So that's round 1 done and dusted. We definitely scored some pretty slick tries, but our overall performance, I'm still a little iffy with that. I don't know, it was a good performance, but It wasn't at the same time. What the heck? I don't know how Brayley got man of the match. Should have been Chanel for sure. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the episode for today. As always, if you want to see more content, be sure to run it straight at that like button. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you
Brother, I'm the Reaper, in the hood roaming.
later.
Brother, I'm Caesar, smoking like Aggie while I'm puffing on reefer. Running up meters, young for feeder. Double apple, blowing on shisha. Live at a spot with the guap I ran. A brother push so much, he got